Hey everybody, I haven't shown you my morning face in a while, but here it is. This is Kelly Fox from Kelly Lynn Coaching, and right now is the quietest time in my house. So I thought I'd jump on and talk to you. Um, Last night on Fearless Generations, my podcast that I do with Terry Sayre, who is also a coach and my mom, which probably a lot of you know. Um, we talked about surrender. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming on. And we talked about surrender last night and what does surrender mean and how does it affect our lives? And we talked about how we've kind of all been put in this position where we've we have to surrender the normal life that we've been having. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for coming on, guys. Um, you know, we can't as easily get around. We can't see our friends and family. Maybe some of us missed out on some trip or experiences or have lost our jobs. Hi, Sue Ann. Thanks for coming on. You guys, feel free to say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. Share with me what your feelings are. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? Thanks for being here. So, what are things? Let's just start off with, what do you think of when you think of surrender? I used to think about the waving of the white flag, right? Giving up. But that's really not the kind of surrender that we're talking about. We're talking about letting go. So, what are you letting go of in this time so that you can best support yourself and get through this time in the best way possible? Are you taking this time that you have at home by yourself or with your family to, hey, Summer, thanks for coming on. Are you taking this time to let go of or surrender limiting beliefs or negative self-talk or any other kind of habit we might have that we can reflect and take the time to shift? Hey, Marlene, how are you doing, beautiful? So what are we doing with our time? That's kind of the question that I have for you this morning, and I've had for you as I've been coming on lately. And how are we using this opportunity we have before us to maybe change some things about how we see the world, how we see ourselves, how we see the situation, and maybe surrendering some of those ideas that this isn't an opportunity for good things to happen. Even if we're someone who has lost our job, right? Or maybe had our hours cut back dramatically, or was given 2 weeks off. And, there's all different kinds of situations where, people have been affected at this time. Maybe you have a lot of money in the stock market and you're afraid of what's going to happen because you've already lost a bunch. People are going to be affected by this for a long time, a lot longer than us all having to stay home. I think the biggest effect it's had on my family is just the fact that we're all home. So what can we do about that? Well, I've been trying to instill a routine, which isn't easy because all the kids feel like it's vacation. Some of them are more serious about getting their schoolwork done than others. And it's kind of hard to stay on them, right? It can be, especially because I have 5 that are doing schoolwork. There's this whole new information pathway of so many people calling, or not calling, but texting. Hey Beth, thanks for being on. I get so many texts a day, so many emails a day. Hey, Grinda, sorry if I said that wrong. Thanks for being here. I get so many emails, so many texts a day from all the teachers that my kids have. 4 of them only have one teacher, but I get texts from the teachers and the schools and the superintendents. And then one of my daughters has, like 4 teachers calling me. Hey, Tina, what's up, girl? Thanks for being on. Hey, Carolyn. Thanks for saying hello. Hello to you. So it's just thinking about what are the things that we are holding on to. Good morning. Thank you, Tina. What are those things that we're holding on to? And what is that having an effect on us? How is that having an effect on us? What can we surrender at this time or let go of to support us to see this as an opportunity for good things to happen? Yes, a lot of bad has happened. A lot of people have died. A lot of people are dealing with that loss. But also, there can be good out of any situation. And can we focus on the good? Can we focus on how we can use this time to better our lives, better our understanding of ourselves, of our situation in front of us? How can we better our self-care, better our relationships? Even though we can't be physically in the same room as someone, we can, hey Danae, thanks for coming on, we can still work on our connections. Last night, all of my family, a lot of my family, got on and we did a family Zoom. And it was awesome. We were all talking to each other, over each other, saying hi to the babies, getting all excited. And it was awesome. We were able to connect, even though we couldn't be in the same room. The Zoom kind of gave us like this feeling like we were all in the same room. Morning. Yes. Looking for good in the horrible, bad situation. Great. Thank you, Danae. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. And I'm sure having a little one at home is, you're having to find even more ways of being creative. And I think that sort of thing is going to propel us once we're not at home anymore. How are we going to use our creativity then? Because I think that is a muscle that we are all going to be using a lot during this time. How can we creatively address a lot of the issues in front of us? What fun things can we make at home, or what can we do with all of our free time? I've heard of all different kinds of things. My kids are doing all different kinds of things. Like I was saying before in one of these lives, to get their exercise in or PE time, they've been playing Just Dance. They have not played that before, at least not for a really long time. But, they're getting creative and they're like, what can we do to move around? And so they started playing Just Dance. One of my other daughters went on a walk with my husband. And that doesn't usually happen. So not only was she getting some exercise, but she was getting some one-on-one time with her dad, which she doesn't always get. So, how are you being creative, and how will that, working that muscle so much, how will that benefit you even in this time going forward? So those are the things I kind of want you guys to be thinking about. I would love to hear what you're doing, what you're letting go of, what you're doing to support yourself. And if anyone is finding it difficult in this time, their fears are kind of taking over, I would love to offer up to you time to speak, that I can support you through this time and help you to to get to that point where you can surrender or get creative or do more self-care. Yep, we brought up and Jackson started doing that too. Awesome. We did a bike ride with the Silvas, but social distancing, a chance for Jackson to learn to ride his bike without training wheels. That's awesome, Danae. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's so many things we can do. Speaking of the Silvas, my sister, their neighborhood has done so many creative things. They have put teddy bears in different front-facing windows, and so that when kids or families are walking around the neighborhood, they can do a teddy bear hunt. They've done different families have written messages with sidewalk chalk on the sidewalks and in their driveways to give messages of hope or entertainment for families who take walks through the neighborhood. My sister and her daughter were doing dress-up days with another group of people and posting it online and tagging their school. So there's all different ways that we can be creative and still connect without actually being able to connect. So I love those things, Danae. Thank you so much for sharing. So please, the rest of you, anyone here on the replay, please share with us, what are you doing? We can give each other ideas, we can support each other, and everyone can get through this better, easier, together. So I hope you guys are all having a great day, that you're staying safe, and that you're all healthy. And until next time, remember, you have full permission to shine.